Remember back in the early 2000s when Doctor Who came roaring back onto our screens and suddenly time travel was all the rage? Every network wanted a piece of the pie, and soon time-hopping alternate reality shows were popping up everywhere. But as quickly as the trend rose, it fizzled out. Probably because most of these shows began copying Doctor Who's overly complicated storylines, or worse, injecting needless gender politics into everything. Still, amidst the clutter, there was one little series that didn't outstay its welcome. It wasn't too long, too convoluted, or too preachy. It was Primeval, a breath of fresh air in an oversaturated market. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Demon, and today we're focusing on Primeval. On paper, it's got a pretty straightforward premise. Doorways in time open up, and prehistoric or futuristic creatures come rampaging into modern-day Britain. That's it, simple, right? But trust me, sometimes less is more. For those who missed it, Primeval follows Professor Nick Cutter and his team as they investigate strange anomalies popping up across the UK. These anomalies are essentially portals through time, and through them come everything from dinosaurs to futuristic creatures that make you question how mankind ever survived into the future. As the show progresses, the stakes get higher, and the time anomalies become more of a mystery in themselves. Cutter's personal life becomes entangled in it all, with his missing wife and various twists keeping things interesting. But where Primeval truly stands out is how it never overcomplicates the concept. Dinosaurs and monsters show up and the team has to deal with them. That's it, no multi-layered political drama, no message, just pure pulpy fun. Now, I'll admit, when I first heard about Primeval, I wasn't exactly sold. Dinosaurs in the streets of London? That concept had been done before in classic Doctor Who with Jon Pertwee's invasion of the dinosaurs. And just to hammer that point home, Doctor Who even revisited the idea again for Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor in Deep Breath. So the premise didn't scream originality, but where Primeval differs is in its execution. While Doctor Who often uses dinosaurs as brief distractions or plot devices, Primeval leans fully into the creature feature aspect, turning it into the heart of the show. As the series progresses, it introduces more than just your typical T-Rex and Velociraptors. We start getting creatures from the future, including one of the best additions to the show, the future predator. Now this is where things get interesting. The future predator isn't just a mindless monster, it's a terrifying, sleek, bat-descended creature from a future where humanity no longer rules. It's fast, brutal, and undeniably clever. The moment these creatures showed up, I was hooked. Their design was perfect for the tone the show was aiming for, something that could easily fit into a horror film as much as a sci-fi show. Maybe that was the inspiration behind A Quiet Place. They added a layer of danger that set Primeval apart from other series in the genre. But let's get back to that initial skepticism. The early episodes struggled a bit to establish themselves beyond their monster of the week format. You've got your standard anomaly opens, creatures come through, team struggles to contain the threat plot structure, and it felt like it might run thin. But the writers knew exactly when to throw a curveball. The introduction of the future predator took Primeval from a casual watch to something much more engaging. This wasn't just another dinosaur romp. It was setting up a more intricate plot with stakes far beyond prehistoric creatures. What I appreciate most about Primeval is that unlike so many modern shows, it didn't bog itself down with unnecessary subplots or agenda-driven content. It knew what it was, a fun, action-packed show about people battling monsters from different time periods. The characters might not be deep, but they're serviceable for the plot. And let's be honest, who needs complex character development when you've got terrifying future bats chasing people down? By the time the show introduced those bat-descended future predators, any doubts I had were completely gone. The pacing picked up, the sense of danger increased, and the show wasn't afraid to shake up its formula. The future predator wasn't just a new baddie, it was a game changer for Primeval. The fact that these creatures were supposed to be the result of future evolution, making them far more dangerous than any dinosaur, was brilliant. They weren't just mindless animals. They were cunning, relentless, and added an entirely new level of threat to the series. All in all, Primeval proved that sometimes a simple premise, when executed well, is better than a convoluted mess of storylines or a message show trying too hard to be deep. Not every series needs to push boundaries or challenge social norms. Sometimes you just want to watch people try to survive against monsters, whether from the past or the future. It's that simplicity that made Primeval a standout. I'm Snake Demon, and this has been The Snake Pit. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where of course I won't read them.